Kim Zimmerman here at the Juicy Life Studio. We are filming at the studio because we are in the midst of a virus spreading across the earth, and our governors and politicians and leaders have asked us to stay home. As yogis and humans, we thrive on connection and being united, and we literally have a vibrational field that we put off as humans, and we need to feel that from other humans. So this is a super challenging time for us and our being. We're under a ton of stress too. There's lots of fear and uncertainty that's being thrown at us all the time from our, again, leaders and broadcasters, news broadcasters, and different people all over the world are full of fear and full of disharmony and might be feeling a little bit unsettled. So I've prepared a 20-minute class today to help us to ground ourselves, but also help us to open our hips. My teachers have explained in the past that our hips and psoas are the emotional junk drawers of our body, and we hold unprocessed emotional tension in our hips. And so being stuck at home without a lot of free time and the extra stress that you are feeling during this time can put a toll on our bodies. And so I would love to offer you some techniques to help you to feel empowered, to open your hips up at home until we can meet in person in the future. So here I go. We're gonna start in child's pose. I have a blanket here. Hopefully you have a blanket at home that you can use. Keep that handy. Child's pose is gonna be with knees wide. Your arms are gonna reach all the way forward. You're just gonna rest yourself down on the mat. Just take nice long inhales and exhales. Cultivate an Ujjayi breath. Fill up your lungs for 5 full counts. And then exhale your lungs for 5 full counts. Do that 2 more times. Let the pranayama help to soothe your mind and soothe your heart. On your next big exhale, go ahead and change directions and rise up to tabletop position. Bring your hands underneath your shoulders, hips under or over your knees. Inhale, cow pose. Drop your belly, spread your sit bones, heart forward, shoulders back. Exhale, cat posture. Push the earth away, tuck your tailbone, look up at your tummy. And just warm your spine a bit. We're still in the warm-up phase of our class. Good. And we're going to come to neutral. We'll tuck our toes and bring your hips high, downward facing dog. You got about 5 rounds of breath to get comfortable in your down dog. That might mean a little bend through your legs, left and right. That might mean moving from your hands into your feet more and back and forth. Good. Your knees bent slightly. Start to ground your heels down and lift your booty up towards the ceiling. See if you can tilt it up a little bit more. And make sure that there's a bend in your arms and your shoulders are flattened down your spine. Then we're going to walk our feet to the back of our wrists all the way up for ragdoll. Grab opposite elbows, let yourself hang heavy. Feel your feet
like roots of a tree, spreading and anchoring down into the earth. Feel the back line of your body start to open. Release your face and your tongue and your eye sockets. And let your hands come on down to the ground. Heel toe your feet together. Take a halfway lift, flat back. So you'll try to make a nice flat spine, zip your belly in, spin your inner thighs back behind you, and then fold forward. Awesome. We're gonna come up to Tadasana next, all the way up to standing. And then on your exhale, lift the heart back, bend cactus your arms, squeeze your shoulder blades together. Inhale, Tadasana, reach up. Exhale, fold forward, come all the way down. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Plant your palms, step back to a high plank position. Spread your fingers nice and wide, pull your heart forward, lift up your shin bones and tummy, and then lower yourself all the way down to the floor. Once you get there, zip your legs together like a strong cobra tail behind you, press the feet down, and lift yourself up for Bhujangasana. Shoulders roll from your ears, your mid-back, upper back, and lower back are all working together. Your elbows hug in together and your feet are pressing down. Get up a little higher if you can, breathe in, and then lower yourself to the floor. Let's do that 2 more times. Inhale, lift up. Nice, exhale, lower down. Last time, inhale, lift up. Awesome, and lower down. You're gonna tuck your toes under and lift your knees and come up to a high plank position. Boom, and then downward facing dog. Good job. Micro bend the knees, spread the fingers, lift your booty up higher. We're gonna move through our sun salutation a few more times just to warm the body. Rise to the balls of your feet, bend your knees, look forward, travel to your hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, Tadasana. Exhale, back bend. Inhale, Tadasana. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step back, high plank. Elbows straight back, lower down halfway. Inhale, upward facing dog. Come to the tops of your feet this time. Press the feet down into the floor, lower your hips down, roll the shoulders back. Micro bend your elbows. And then downward facing dog, just like that. Okay, a little faster now, breath to movement, rise to the balls of your feet. Bend your knees, travel forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold, bend your knees. Tadasana, back bend. Inhale, reach. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step back, high plank position. Lower down halfway. Up dog, breathe in. Down dog, breathe out. Nice. I'm gonna turn my body to the side. And we'll lift our right leg up, 3-legged dog. Equal weight in both hands, hips are square. Push back more through this leg if you can. Then step through heel, ball, toe. Good. Sink low into your front knee and push back through your back leg. Scissor your inner thighs together and elongate your spine. 2 more rounds of breath in this tented position. Great. Now drop your back knee down. Inhale, hands come up, crescent moon. Square those hips. This is great to open up the psoas on the left leg, the one that's behind you. We're gonna sink low and reach up like crazy. We're gonna be here for about 5 rounds of breath, letting our hips gently open, sinking down deeper. Good. We'll take our right arm down and our left arm up next. So my left arm's in the air and I'm turning towards the side. I'm gonna push my heart forward and roll my shoulders back, but also engage my ribs and tuck my booty under so that my tummy's engaged. Good, 2 more rounds of breath in this shape. Awesome, and then hands come up, crescent moon. Drop your hands down to the outsides of your feet. Shift your weight back into half splits or Hanuman. Curl your toes up to your nose, drop your right hip down if you can, and elongate your right side body. Great. We're gonna breathe here, getting into our hamstrings. 2 more rounds of breath. Good. Now take your weight forward into your right leg. Your right arm is going to come to the inside of your right leg. Heel toe your right leg out high and wide, and drop down onto your elbows or forearms. Press the forearms down, pull your heart forward, keep breathing. This is great for our groin or inner thighs in front of our left hip flexor. In yoga, we get really comfortable and strong in uncomfortable positions. And we can use this practice in life. When we take it outside into the world, we can remain calm and strong even in uncomfortable situations. Great. You're going to bring yourself back up now. And tuck your left toes. Step your right foot back to your left foot into a downward facing dog. And then we'll breathe here for just about 3 more rounds of breath, and then we'll get ready for the other side. Bring your left leg high, inhale. Step through, heel ball toe, place the foot. You're gonna stay here with tented fingers for just a moment. Scoop your belly in, push back through the heel, lift up through your right quad. All right, then we're gonna drop our back knee down and inhale, hands come up, crescent moon. Sink down low into your left leg. Turn your right hip towards the front of the room. Scissor your inner thighs together. Reach up more through your waist. Return to your Ujjayi breath. Your left hand can come down and your right hand can come up now. So you're taking that side body bend. My left hand's down here. Returning our body off to the side. Push the heart forward, shoulders back. Press down into the top of your right foot. Breathe. Two more rounds of breath. Great. Come back to center. You're going to return your hands down to either side of your front foot and shift your weight back. Curl back on your toes, press down into your heel, and just kind of draw your heart forward. So you're tractioning your heart forward as you push down into this left leg and draw back on it. Return to your breath. Bring both hands to the inside of your right foot. Heel toe your left foot out high and wide. And come down into a runner's lunge on this side. Each side of your body can be a little different, so don't be alarmed if one side is accessible and easy and the other side feels like a bear. We'll be here for about 8 to 10 rounds of breath, coaxing our legs to open up. Last big breath in. Last big breath out. We're going to walk our hands back. We'll tuck our right toes, lift our right knee, and step your left foot back to your right foot for a downward facing dog. Now we're going to come to a seated position. I'm going to face you. We're going to get into some deeper hip openings from a seated position. The first I'm going to show you is double pigeon or square pose. You can put your right leg on top of your left leg like so. And in this posture, you're going to try to stack your knee over your foot and your foot over your knee. Sit up tall through your waist. If it feels like you're dumping back into the back of your hips, like meh, you can tilt your hips forward like so, and even add some blanket or lift underneath your hips to help that along. There we go. Also, if your legs don't quite stack like mine do, no big deal. You can put one leg out in front of you, or you could stack this leg on top and take the blanket and place the blanket underneath your knee. This will help to take off some of the pressure on your right hip so that you can stretch deeper in a safe way. And when our body feels safe, the muscles and connective tissue are more likely to relax. When our body is in a tense state, the connective tissue tend to lock up. So we want our body to feel safe and supported so that we can really stretch into this. So we'll lean forward here. And you'll be here for about, again, 8 to 10 breaths. You can come as far down as I am. You could come right here onto like a halfway leaning down position, or you can stay all the way seated up, and that might be plenty for you. Breathe deeply here. If your body opens up over time, you can remove one of the props underneath your hips or underneath your knee and see if you can go a little deeper. Good. And then we'll bring ourselves up. Next from here, you're going to walk your right leg over your left leg to create cow face pose. Your feet are going to be out to the side like so. A good way to set your hips up is by pressing your feet down with your hands, lifting your butt up and kind of wiggling your knees together. Now again, my hips are fairly flexible in the spectrum of hip flexibility. And so I know that some of you are out there like, what? How is she doing that? This is fine. If you feel sensation in your hips just by staying seated like this, then stay seated like this and get the stretch in your hips. You can also, again, add the blanket underneath your butt or underneath your knees so that you can relax that top leg down. And then you'll stay here for another 8 to 10 rounds of breath. Great. Go ahead and come back up to a seated position. If you rounded forward, you can remove your props. Next, we're going to take a semicircle walk around. So don't think about this too much. Take your hands, place them off to the side. Don't change your feet position. You're going to walk all the way around, around, around. And here we are on the other side. We'll start with square face. Or I mismatched them together. Cow face and square pose. So square pose is this one. Stack your knees like so. You could add the lift underneath your hips or the lift underneath the front, the top leg to make it more accessible. You can stay right here, or you can lean forward into this to get a little bit deeper stretch. We're gonna stay here for about 8 to 10 rounds of breath. So get cozy and comfortable as we breathe. Great. We'll come on up now. Move your blanket, slide the knee over to the other side. Stack the knees up. Walk your booty back, plant the palms, get situated. If the legs popped up, no big deal. You add your block underneath your knee, like so, or your blanket underneath your knee, like so, and then you're all set up. Cool? We're gonna be here for about 8 to 10 rounds of breath. You can lean forward if you want more, or you can stay upright if it's enough.
Great, bring yourself back up. Awesome job. Now you're gonna uncross your legs. We're gonna scooch onto our mat and lie down on our backs. We're gonna go through some final twists. Our hips are connected to our lower back and our midsection, so we're gonna take our right leg in and twist our spine out just to get that last little bit of opening through our hips. Draw your knee in towards your armpit, avoid the rib cage. Feel that pinching sensation in like the hip flexor on the right here. And then take your right leg over to the left side. You'll make a cactus arm with your right arm and you look back over your right shoulder. So you're twisting through your midsection. Your eyes can flutter closed, and then you're going to be here for about 5 rounds of breath. Great, now we're going to bring our right leg back to our chest. Our left leg will come into our chest. You can extend your right leg out, avoid the rib cage, pull your knee in towards your armpit, feel that pinching sensation. Breathe in, squeeze that knee in a little bit more. Good. And then supine twist, guide your left leg to the right side of your body. Roll your left shoulder down, gaze over your left shoulder. Great, and now you're going to bring your legs back to center. You'll hug your knees into your chest. Make yourself into a tiny little ball. Give yourself a big old hug. Squeeze it in, squeeze it in. And then final Shavasana. Let your heels fall to the corners of your mat, palms face open, and your head will come down onto the floor. You can kind of situate your body heavy and let your eyes flutter closed. The asana that we do in yoga helps us to be able to lie still in this moment. Helps us to lie still, to feel union or connection to our divinity. To relax from all of the human responsibilities. And to let our nervous system take a rest in your new, open, comfortable body. We'll be here for a few minutes longer. Allow your mind and your body to float away into bliss. And then start to deepen your breath. You can start to move your hands and your feet in a subtle way. And then your wrists and your ankles. And then take a big good morning stretch. Reach your hands up and over your head. You can roll to your favorite side. Pause for a moment in fetal position, resting your body heavy. And then we'll press down into the floor and come up to a comfortable seated position. Here is where we will conclude our class today. We'll come up into a seated position with our spines stacked. We'll bring our hands to heart center and just take a moment to notice our practice, to witness our practice and acknowledge the work that we did here today.
We'll also take a moment to send gratitude to our body and all that it does for us. We take a moment to acknowledge that we are connected to everything else in the entire world. And the work that we've done on our mat not only affects us, but it vibrates out into the world and affects everyone else that we come in contact with. So thank you guys for allowing me to guide. Thank you for your efforts today. I hope that the hip opening helped. Check out our Zoom classes live, and we hope to see you very soon on the mat. Thumbs to your forehead, your center of intuition. From my highest light to yours, namaste. Thanks. Have a good day.